What is up, you heathens and demons? It is Rage Week, and we are going to rage on the Cult of Wells. I'm not fucking lying. We are gonna meet the fucking head motherfucker in charge, Jacob Gardner, I believe his name is. He's the #1 elder of the Church of Wells. He's the motherfucker that I think came up with this shit, and he is not too happy at Dr. Phil.
This is a sad day for the truth. A day where almost all men have an inbred loyalty to entertainment, pleasure, likes, subscribers, and followers, and not to the truth.
That's right, we're getting back into the Cult of Wells, guys. It's your boy Nakasuchi, and we are gonna be looking at some weird shit once again. I hope you guys are into it. I hope you're learning about the truth of what religion can do. Now, I'm not saying all religion is the Cult of Wells, but I'm saying all religion can lead to the Cult of Wells. Now, real quick, I'm not sure when I'm going to actually be able to air this video. I'm going to start this process hoping that I can actually use the Dr. Phil footage that I have. Now, if for some reason there's a copyright claim and I can't use it, I'm going to have to reshoot the end of the video to make it somewhat sane instead of just cut everything out that's not going to be able to be used, because I am going to use some Dr. Phil footage in this video at the end of it, and I might have to redo some shit. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because it's going to be really hard for you guys to understand what the fuck is going on with the Church of Wells if you don't see this Dr. Phil footage. And of course, if I can't include it, look this shit up yourself, because it's fucking crazy. But like I told you guys, the way I really found out about this, a commenter fucking commented on the Cult of Wells. I looked it up and I immediately found the Dr. Phil footage, and Dr. Phil had done this like a month ago. This is new. This is fucking groundbreaking. The Cult of Wells is scrambling, and the head motherfucker in charge does not like the shit that Dr. Phil said. He doesn't like it at all. He knows that he's about to go through some shit, and he's gonna respond. So we're gonna look at his response first. And then we're going to look at some of the Dr. Phil footage in this first video. In part 2 here in Rage Week, we're going to actually really delve into his response to Dr. Phil.
This is a day of misinformation, fake news, and religious and political propaganda. And we misunderstand history if we believe that this attack upon the truth is peculiar to our day and age. But rather what we find in the pages of history, whether it be biblical or extra-biblical history, whether it be of this nation or of the nations of the earth, we find that there is a pervasive and universal assault upon the truth. And the wrestle of the people of every generation is to ascertain and to clearly interpret what that truth is.
So this is how he starts his video response to the Dr. Phil show, and the exposing nationally of his cult. And, you know, my immediate response when I first watched this shit was, boo-hoo, bitch. I mean, doesn't this motherfucker just sound like he's crying? Like, he's just, like, shut up, Snowflake. Stop crying. Be a fucking man and explain your fucking self.
And where this matter of the truth is especially pernicious is when it pertains to those spiritual truths which immediately affect the eternal and never dying souls of men and women.
It's a sad day. The response to Dr. Phil is a sad day.
Now, it's a sad day in America because across this country, a television show is soon to be broadcast with some odd millions of viewers called The Dr. Phil Show. Now, I remember when Dr. Phil first began to air in the early 2000s, and I remember Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake, Montel Williams, Maury Povich, and the like. And I remember that Dr. Phil was always just one among that number.
No, that's just some weak shit. I mean, just off the get. And this motherfucker, I mean, he's just trying to downplay Dr. Phil off the get. Now, I understand that Dr. Phil going through some shit, right? Like, now, but, like, I'm not sure if I believe it. You know, I don't know. It's possible, but at the same time, the people accusing Dr. Phil of supplying alcohol, supplying drugs, have very questionable characters. But, you know, if you're going to make that argument, and these motherfuckers do, that's somewhat of a legitimate argument. But to liken Dr. Phil with Maury and Jerry Springer and all those motherfucking daytime talk shows, that's not accurate. And you can't do it, and only a crazy motherfucker would try. And you look pathetic. Did I say that yet? You looked pathetic.
Now, he's a psychologist, a sociologist, a therapist, but those in his respective fields of study and research, his fellows, do not consider him a reputable or respectable source.
Please elaborate on that, because I actually tried to find that. And I couldn't find that. I couldn't find anybody saying, oh, he's not, you know, a real psychologist. He's not a reputable source. Motherfucker has a PhD. You know, so, you know, whether or not you agree with Dr. Phil's politics or the way he goes about shit, you know, I liked the Dr. Phil show back in the day. When I was bored, I'd watch it. But, you know, like, I was never a fan. You know, I am a fan when anybody exposes religious cult indoctrination mentality. I'm a fan of that. So I applaud Dr. Phil for his Cult of Wells coverage. You know, but what you're saying holds no weight.
And that is because, sad to say, he is an entertainer. He is a showman. He has his lot at the Paramount Studios, Studio 29, Hollywood, California. And it is fearful to behold his behavior and his ways and how he just destroys men and women's lives.
Yes, he is an entertainer. Yes, he has his lot at that studio. But yes, he also has a PhD in psychology. He also had a practice in psychology. So yes, he can be both at the same time, you stupid motherfucker.
Without the slightest care, his work and his words reek of insincerity and maliciousness. A man who is cold and heartless. And I pray mercy upon this man and upon those that he has affected and influenced by his ill words and works. It is simply not right. He does not care for the people that he is dealing with.
You know whose words reek of insincerity? You, douchebag. You're the motherfucker that's kidnapping, like, crazy Christian evangelicals, drugging them, taking them back to your compound, and not letting them fucking leave. How many fucking parents has come to your place and said, please can I have my kid back? Guess how many times that's happened to me? No, it's never fucking happened. Guess how many times that's happened to you? I don't fucking know, but it's a goddamn number. And if it's a number, you're fucking crazy. And to say that you're praying for Dr. Phil when you're obviously praying for his demise because he exposed your foul, crazy, disgusting fucking ass, it just gives me the chills.
He cares about fame and money and entertainment. And it is a very great grief to me how Hollywood finds something so holy as the people of God, the Church of Jesus Christ in the earth, something to sink their teeth into. And that's exactly what Dr. Phil is set to do.
You know, of all the crazy slander this dude is putting on Dr. Phil, I just want to focus on one thing this crazy motherfucker just said, right? And he just said his church is the church of God and the earth. I mean, that... I don't know. I mean, if I had somebody that I knew, that I loved, that was going to a place called the Church of God and the Earth, I think I'd be like calling an interventionist. But enough with crazy douchebags fucking excuses for now. We'll get back to him with the next video. But right now, I want to try this Dr. Phil footage out. Let's hope it works.
Halloween night, 2016, I was downtown Austin doing street ministry. That's when I first encountered members of the Church of Wells, and we started talking. They said, hey, we're doing what you're doing. We're following Jesus. Do you want to go with us? And I said, sure. So I agreed to head out to Wells.
So I'm going to say it right off the get. This dude looks like a motherfucker is going to spend his Halloween on the streets, not partying, not having a good time, not trying to get laid, but preaching the word of God. This motherfucker look like that dude, and this is the type of motherfucker that the Church of Wells is looking for so they can kidnap, drug, and indoctrinate.
It seemed like I was with people who were really out there to make a difference. As we were walking in my car, they offered the bottle of water. I believe I was drugged.
Like, you know if you're drugged, you know, like this dude knows he's drugged, but I believe that he's like under legal advice and words matter, and he's being very careful. I don't blame him for that shit, because this is shit all under litigation. You know, this is all still being investigated. Dr. Phil broke this shit, and it's not the first time that motherfucking Church of Wells has been investigated, but now, like, maybe these motherfuckers will be brought down, and they are attacking him, and they're attacking Dr. Phil, and they're claiming religious freedom, even though they crazy cult motherfuckers, like cults, like all Christianity a cult, but it's like a cult, you know, it's kind of cute. Not really, because it influences all of our lives, but it's not as bad as this shit.
As we drove through the night out to Wells, they began to just kind of preach and preach. It was just relentless onslaught to the point where the words that he was saying didn't even make sense anymore. The compound was approximately a few acres. They had several log cabins. 70 to 80 members lived at their compound.
You know, I'm not gonna pretend to know this guy, and I know he's been victimized, and I'd hate to talk shit about a victim, but he is a crazy fucking evangelical. He's a street preaching dude, and I can't stand those douchebags. So I'm gonna kind of go at him a little bit. I'm gonna kind of guess. This is just a guess. This is just the raging atheist Nakasuchi making a motherfucking guess, so this is not fact. Not fact at all, but I'm gonna take a guess that while he was drugged, and while these people were preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching, he kind of liked it. Might have popped a woody.
Looking back in retrospect, it was certainly a red flag. As they began to show me around, the new members were already aware that I was there and were looking forward to meeting me. I've come to learn that cults tend to do what they call love bombing, where they continually make the new person that they've brought in feel loved so much more than the rest of your world.
Yep, love bombing, that's the thing that cults do. And that's the thing that I would like to participate in. Like, if I could go up in the Church of Wells, get that love bombing, maybe get some pussy, and then get the fuck out, I would pretend to believe in God. But only if the pussy's willing.
The Church of Wells is a cult, in my belief. They tend to disguise themselves as people who are running a legitimate ministry. I am convinced that I was drugged in my time at the Church of Wells. I remember in the middle of the day that I just completely passed out.
I'm not sure that that's evidence of being drugged. Though, you know, I often pass out in the middle of the day, usually because I smoke too much weed and I drink too much liquor. In other words, because I'm drugging myself.
One of the infant girls was left on a plastic lawn chair. Some of the men of the Church of Wells approached the baby. She's crying because her mom isn't there. And men begin to preach to the baby that you're learning patience and this is making you better and closer to God. I would have had to have been on drugs to be okay with that situation.
And that's not fucking surprising to me. That's not surprising at all, because the first time this douchebag cult achieved national attention was because one of their parishioners, a young mother, just had a baby, and that baby, newly born, 3 days old, I think, got fucking sick. And instead of taking the baby to a fucking doctor, these motherfuckers prayed to God. And God didn't answer, and that baby died. And that's the Dr. Phil story on this dude, you know, who alleges, and he doesn't just have a feeling he was drugged, he has proof he was drugged. His body had 2 drugs in it, powerful hypnotics, when he went to the doctor, when his parents rescued him from this cult. So there is proof that the cult of Wells are pretty much hunting fundies, hunting fundamental evangelicals that are already probably going to subscribe to what they have to say, and then they're drugging them and indoctrinating them with their even more extreme evangelical Christianity, and not really allowing these people to leave. And when people come looking for them, they fight them tooth and nail. And Dr. Phil dropped a bomb on them. And with our next video, we're going to get really in depth with Jacob Gardner's response to Dr. Phil. Because like the shit before, this motherfucker is nuts and he needs to be exposed. And I can't believe he made the video that makes him look as fucking crazy as he actually fucking is. I mean, who the fuck is editing these videos and be like, yeah, this is a good idea, let's put this shit on YouTube? I don't fucking know. But until next time, I'm your boy Nakasuchi. This is The Raging Atheist. If you like my videos, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell to be notified every single time I release a video, because I be doing crazy shit with my videos. Share me on your social media. Comment in the comment section below. I'll see you very soon.